All right, welcome here for Takedown Tuesdays on March 1st, 2016. We just got done wrestling at our Super Regional this past Saturday and Sunday. And to recap the weekend, we had 5 guys placing in the top 8 in the region, and we had 2 guys in the top 6. We had Josh Jensen at 125 take 5th, and then we had Travis Smith at heavyweight take 6th. So what are your thoughts on the weekend, Coach Eichmann?
After the first day, I was for sure we were having somebody go to the national tournament, especially after Travis Smith knocked off the #1 ranked guy in the nation in the quarterfinals. We had a guy in the semis that we had beat during the year. I thought it was pretty set in stone, and then I don't know, that second day came around, and in that first round, a lot of wind got knocked out of my sails as far as how upbeat I was about everything after Travis lost. And we had a couple other guys that made it to the second day, but were up on guys that they lost to throughout the year, and they were in matches that they could have just finished out and won, but then a couple of guys got caught and pinned. But you can definitely tell we've made a huge improvement since last year. Last year we finished dead last in the region, not even remotely close to competing with anybody. We only had 2 people on the second day last year, and both of them were one and done on the second day. This year we were 12th, and we were just, I think, 1 win away from being 10th. So, I mean, felt good to see the improvement, but it would have felt even better to get somebody through to the national tournament in a couple weeks.
Yeah, to piggyback on what Coach Eichmann was talking about, he referred to last year. We had 2 guys in the top 8 wrestling the second day at the regional tournament. This year we have 5. The exciting thing for us is 4 of those guys that are wrestling on the second day were freshmen. We had 3 true freshmen and 1 redshirt freshman make it to the top 8. And our redshirt freshman that made it in the top 8 was unseeded Jacob Weisbrod, who also was wrestling basically on one leg. He had tore his leg up pretty good, his knee up pretty good after the very first match in the regional. And for him to make it to the top 8 in that region was quite the accomplishment. So we feel really good with our core group of guys going forward for next year. But it's always heartbreaking not getting somebody in the national tournament, because if you get there, the chances for us being an All-American, or any of these guys that qualify out of this region be All-Americans, is pretty good. So, but yeah, we just want to say thank you again for the whole year, all the support. But moving forward here, we talked about how good of a year we did have. I mean, the big improvements. But so Coach Eichmann will just talk real briefly about some of the good things, the highlights that we had.
Looking at this season, we had a major improvement in pretty much all overall wrestling. Looking at it as far as a record board wise, this year we had 6 new career records set, as well as 4 new season records. And on top of that, going from last year to this year, last year we had 1 guy that broke the 20-win mark, and the season before that, Coach Howe can't even think of if we even had 1 guy that broke the mark for 20 wins. This year we had 4. 4 guys broke the mark for 20 wins. 3 of them were true freshmen. 1 of them was a senior, and we also had 1 guy get all the way to 25 wins. So if you just kind of use that compared to last year as a measuring stick, that's just a huge jump for us. Just the difference between last year's stats and this year's stats, and we have an outstanding number of improvements on our side, where the number of takedowns, reversals, things against us pretty much declined as we added 5 more guys to our roster. So that's a huge improvement to see that, and like he talked about, with a lot of true freshmen that were in the lineup for us, that's really good to see, because we know that we can just continue to build moving forward, and as we bring new guys in, they're going to have to work to kind of join that elite group.
Like I said, I think that the future is looking really good. We have a good core group of guys that we could definitely build on, as long as they stay motivated and hungry for the future, and not going to settle. They want to be better, and they want to go to the national tournament and win nationals. So those are the type of kids that we're looking for, and that we keep bringing in here. So hopefully in the future here, the next year, following this weekend, we can sit down and tell you that we have a number of guys going to the national tournament, and so stay tuned for that. But you got anything else for us, Coach Eichmann?
Yeah, on a final note, as we kind of looked back at the records, I would just like to congratulate Coach Aho on his 10th career dual victory that we got this year. So, it took 3 years to get to 10. Hopefully he'll improve that rate in the next couple of years so it doesn't take him 30 seasons to get to 100. But
Thanks, Coach Eichmann. All right, well, thank you very much, and thank you for all your support, and we'll be back next Tuesday with another episode of Takedown Tuesdays.